1.5 million tourists flock to Trinidad and Tobago every year to soak up the carnival atmosphere. But after dark in the capital port of Spain, the atmosphere changes.
Come to an area called St James. This is a really popular going out spot. There are bars and restaurants and nightclubs on both sides of the road. But even though it's only about midnight, and usually this whole area would be packed at this time, at the moment it's completely dead. It's a really spooky feeling.
On the stroke of 11 p.m, this bustling city becomes a ghost town because of a strict curfew.
Good evening. With some curfew passes.
I could only go out because as a journalist I had a special curfew pass. Port of Spain has been like this since August, when the government declared a state of emergency.
There's an army patrol here, parked up right in the middle of the road.
The reason? A rash of violent killings that has turned a tourist destination into the murder capital of the Caribbean. On average, someone is killed here every 17 hours.
Murder capital of the
The
Caribbean.
majority of the victims are shot dead in just a few ramshackle neighbourhoods in East Port of Spain.
We've just come down the road and seen a huge police operation. Not sure exactly what's going on. I went and asked the police, but they're unwilling to say anything.
They took a man from a house. Under the emergency powers, the police can enter any property without a warrant and arrest anyone they choose. We followed the convoy to a patch of
Criminal
wasteland
make
in
it bad
Lafayette,
for regular
a tourist
citizens.
area.
You understand? Can you get in your house, lay down, and police just come and kick off your door because them have all rights to do that. Because criminal ruin the place. Look at that. So that's something where them finding our feel.
Showed us the find.
Oh my
An automatic
God.
pistol.
I've never seen anything like this before.
Look there.
One reason for the shocking murder rate is the easy availability of illegal guns.
Look at that.
Around 3/4 of all murders involve a firearm.
Oh.
What kind of gun is this?
Well, we have to examine it and we'll tell you what it is.
Yeah, have you
Yeah,
seen
them
anything
poor
like this
neighborhood, them not have the money there for buy them the kind of gun
You've
that.
got more operations happening tonight.
So the corruption they all over the Caribbean, not only one place.
Using their emergency powers,
Corruption
Detectives
everywhere in
men
the
force their
Caribbean,
way
man.
into house after house.
My goodness, man.
More than 4,000 people have been rounded up in just 2 months since the start of the state of emergency. I asked the inspector why.
Firearm-related offences, narcotics, robberies, shooting, murders.
Fighting for turf and what done from one and done and all kind of craziness.
We've been out with the police for 4 hours now. They've found one gun and arrested these 5 men and brought them back to the station. All of them are wanted on outstanding warrants.
This year, 266 people had already died by the time the state of emergency was called. The police crackdown cut the murder rate in
Run dead
half.
eat with Jamaica.
Yet the
I
killings
run
continued.
dead eat with Jamaica right now.
We've just arrived at the scene of this double
Sad,
shooting.
man.
I've got my curfew pass in my hand. And I see there.
So I guess it's not only people from Jamaica feel bad and feel sad and scared to go home. People from Trinidad too.
Detective in charge of this investigation.
How many homicides have you had to deal with since the start of the state of emergency?
In our region, I would say we lost count.
Last count. Oxford.
One
Last
victim was
count.
shot with a shotgun in the face.
The amount of
other one was
homicide
shot
that
4
she have to
times
deal
with
with
what appears to be a handgun. And what
for
I
the
can
year
see is that,
already.
judging by the relationships between the funeral directors, the forensics and the police, and the local journalists that came to cover it, this is clearly a very common occurrence here in Trinidad.
I wanted to find out why this once peaceful island had been so infected with violence. I went back to an area close to where we'd been with the police.
Nice,
The
green and
neighbourhood of St.
fresh.
Barb's has been the
Look at
scene of
that.
scores of murders.
So, Mumbai, do you think people are going to want to talk to me around here?
No.
Why not?
Come on, try in these places.
Sherlin Garvin, better known as Bombay, is now a youth worker, but he once belonged to a gang that terrorised this area. He says that since the mid-2000s, gang culture has spiralled out of control.
In these places, I'm all over here going faster than a plate of food. So you have a culture, the ghettos have a culture that the man who has the most play is the man with the biggest gun.
He explained that the gangs fight over status and territory.
Around here, how long on average do people survive
So
on?
you have youngsters, if you're that smart, I give you something. If you're really smart.
He introduced me to his friend Engine, who recently completed a 16-year sentence for robbery and shooting. Engine escorted us into a maze of houses and shacks called Block 22. A man called Nico Williams was murdered on this street just 2 months before. Engine spotted Nico's girlfriend, Patrice.
Why do you think your boyfriend was shot?
Somebody didn't like him or find he should go home. Number of reasons, but it was senseless.
Why do you think it's happening? Why is there so much violence?
It's for fame, it's for glory, it's for name call, it's to be in that little short space of time, because they would kill today and they would die tomorrow. But between today and tomorrow, the little short space of glory they could get from it, easiest thing to do is get a gun. Easiest thing to do is get a gun.
Just down the hill, I'd arranged to meet Susan Weeks.
How are you?
2 of her sons had just been arrested under the emergency laws, suspected of being gang members.
Police came, knocked the door. They say, I have the big sons. I said, 2. And they say, wake them up. Because them done the station.
Okay.
Because they was charged for gang related.
Right. Show me any photos of the boys.
This is one of the boys, the big one.
Okay.
Kadeem Weeks.
Susan was still struggling to come to terms with their arrest, and with the violence right on her doorstep.
Sometimes I say, Lord, why Lord give me boys? Because I find like, boys is trouble. And in this time, where they started killers, mostly boys giving headache. So when your kids reach 19, 18, 17, going on anywhere that age, you start to get a fright in your life. Because we all are parents,
Sad.
and we could
Shouldn't
never
be
know
that
everything
way.
our kids do.
Shouldn't be that way
She told me she doubted the state of emergency
because of all
would
this
end the violence.
poorness that's going on.
Shooting and thing come a kind of overbearing too, because
Some of these kids decide them have to go look food anyway.
There's no one there, there's no one going to tell you.
Is that literally every day?
Yeah, every night. Every night, right? Then you have your 2 sons, and suddenly one day they will be out and somebody will kill them too.
Since the state of emergency began, many families in this neighbourhood have had their sons arrested. We met Susan's friend Ingrid. Her son Andy had been picked up a month ago. She hadn't seen him since.
When the next one accident, he accident, you ain't missing Andy. I say, every day I'm missing a brother. Every day. Because get up in the morning, you ain't seen him in night time, and
Like Susan, Ingrid was bewildered that guns and gangs had engulfed her once peaceful life. Atiba Gorkin was arrested early in the state of emergency. Charged with being a member of the Nelson Street gang, he was released a month later due to a lack of evidence. For him, Port of Spain is divided by invisible battle lines.
If you're from Chicago in down country, you have to be. Or if you live from Nelson, Chicago, you have to beat on me, you have to be. Because that's how it is. I don't want to know why. But that's how it is. So the best thing for you to do is stay where you're living. You might live a little longer. But nobody don't know when it's there.
Atiba told me it was a very violent neighbourhood where drug dealing was rife.
So Atiba, from up here you can see all around. Which are the areas that you don't go into? Would you go up the hill that way?
There's whole area.
The whole thing?
Yeah.
You're basically a prisoner in your own area.
That's how the life is. Like, if you want to safeguard your life, yeah. Yeah.
Atiba hurried home. It was getting close to curfew time. Everyone on Nelson Street expected more police raids at any moment.